Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the legend king himself, Grandmaster Melle Mel. Uh, what I want to try to do is bring some kind of clarity to a situation that been floating around. And as a matter of fact, just to try to get it off the front page, you want to put, little weirdness on the back page. Now they got this whole thing going on about who started hip hop and or whether Puerto Ricans was the backbone or whether black people was the backbone of the culture. Now it is no wrong answers. I don't believe in right or wrong answers, but it's results. Now this is the bottom line. Now that everybody got their opinion, so now this is my opinion. Is no black culture. Like hip hop is not black culture. Hip hop is Bronx culture. All the shit that made hip hop, the building blocks of hip hop, it was formed in the Bronx. The first popular DJs, DJ Kool Herc, Bronx cat. The first turntablist, Flash, Bronx cat. The first guy to do the scratch, Grand Wizard Theodore, is a Bronx cat, right? The first MC, you're looking at him. I was born and raised in the Bronx, Monsignor Hospital. The Bronx culture is is hip hop culture. So the fact that if you got two different sides arguing about the culture of hip hop, you didn't even say none of the Bronx guys' name. Like it's like all this we shit. Like you French? Who's all the we? First of all, whoever's speaking about that, you wasn't even there. I'm there. I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm looking at Herc and them. If you want to talk about hip hop culture and have it being beneficial for somebody, then why ain't he supposed to benefit Herc? Why you can't ask Cass or somebody? Ask somebody that was there. You're just going to take it upon yourself. Oh yeah, well so and so started the culture. At the end of the day, the people wasn't even really behind hip hop like that. You want to know who was behind hip hop in the very beginning? Bronx was behind hip hop. That's who was in the parties. And you had a couple of people from the outer boroughs, and they came in, but the whole thing happened in the Bronx. This whole conversation is supposed to benefit the true founders and builders of hip hop, but you never even asked them. Did you ask Herc? Did you ask Biggs, or did you ask Flash? Well, Flash, what do you think about? Oh yeah, foundational Black Americans. We was Afro Americans probably back then. We wasn't even it was no foundational Black Americans. It wasn't the people wasn't behind hip hop other than the people that went to the jams in the Bronx. And let me just say this: when hip hop was first spoken, like in the connotation of it being something, it wasn't even a term of endearment. People, this is what people used to say. Now we just called it. We was just jams. We was just out in the jams. We jam. So now people would come up to me and say, Mel, you got to get a job because that hip hop shit ain't gonna last forever. That was the first term that involved hip hop. That's what people used to say. And after that, then it became something. After it became a culture, then it became a positive term. So the point that you're trying to make is pointless because first you wasn't there. It was only Bronx cats in the very beginning. All this hip hop culture is really Bronx culture, but with culture, see, everybody could do it. So I'm not saying that everybody's not in on it. You are in on it, but it all started with the basic three crews: Flash, Bam, Herc. Then you get into the numbers group. The fearless, the furious, the treacherous, breakout, the funky four. Then it goes to everybody else. But by then the table is set. All the original B-boys, they from the Bronx. Even the music where they say, oh yeah, hip hop is black music. It's Bronx music. Everybody else's song, the go-to song in all the other boroughs, it was Love is a Message. The Bronx was playing Apache. That's what we was doing. Catch a Groove, all that. And if you look at the groups, the greatest, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest hip hop songs ever, which is Apache. It was a bunch of white boys and maybe one black guy. Most of the beats when Run DMC did Walk This Way, that was a hit 10 years. It's hip hop wise, it was new to the public at large, but hip hop wise, that's what we was doing. It was Bronx music that everybody else built a living around, and everybody else made even more popular than what it was. But it all started out. It was the X. And everybody took this. Wakanda took that. That was the Bronx. Look at the nickname of every other borough. Crooklyn, Money Maker Manhattan, Shaolin. The Bronx was what? The boogie down Bronx. We was partying. I'm still a party. I ain't even go home yet from last night. This is what we do. So going back to what I'm saying, to have this whole thing racialized, hip hop is not divisive like that. We wasn't counting heads. Oh yeah, okay, 9 niggas and 3 Puerto Ricans. We wasn't doing that. We wasn't looking at people like that. Sha Rock, the first female MC that really, she rocked with her. I didn't look at her like she was a broad. She was a good MC. When I first seen Crazy Legs B-boy, and for those who don't know, I started out as a B-boy. And I'm a second generation B-boy. It was guys that Trixie and Southside and them, they was B-boying years before, I was a kid. I was, when I'm 13, 14, it was B-boys. When the first time that I seen Crazy Legs, I didn't say nothing about Puerto Rican. I just said these guys, they hell of a B-boy. Let me find something else to do. And then we started MCing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a thing to be divisive. That whole thing, we gotta put all that on the back page. Who's Puerto Rican? Who's black? You know what I mean? That's not the issue. And the glory is supposed to go, like I said, to the creators. I can sit here and say I built the pyramid, and Hotep and them built the pyramid. I ain't built shit. If you could say black people build hip hop, you didn't build shit. You looking at one of the guys that did it. And I'm telling you what it is. It's not a divisive thing. It's not a thing that's supposed to bring people apart. It's not a thing where it's all this friction. It's a thing that, we jamming, we partying, we all in the same room together. We all on the same stage together. Of course, it's competition, but at the end of the day, it is music. I'm going to address the 300-pound white elephant in the room. What do we do about Fat Joe? And the answer is not a thing. You do the same thing that when he said that did when he said it around. Cause now you can like Joe, you can not like Joe. Joe's a Bronx. Joe ain't no outsider. He's a Bronx nigga. So at the end of the day, if it's a Bronx digging from the crate crew or somebody, you call Joe, yo, Joe, you wild and whatever. That's all that internet shit. See, that's that girl shit. You could say Joe, but when you see Joe, you gonna puff your chest up. You gonna get husky and say Joe. No, you're not. You don't gotta like Joe. Joe, my nigga. Joe, my nigga. Anytime he do something, you see your Melle Mel, come on out here with me. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, anybody could say something you don't agree with. We men. All that internet. Oh yeah, you're gonna pass around a petition. Like what the you gonna send them to Guatemala or something? You're gonna send them to Guantanamo Bay or something? Anybody got an opinion? See, really, I don't really have a dog in the fight. I know I was there. I know everybody else that's talking about it wasn't there. But the thing, as far as that personalized it for me, was that I read and it was in one, and they called Joe a white Puerto Rican. I don't know about all that. He's Puerto Rican. What do we do about Fat Joe? Like I said, the same thing that you did or that the guys did when he said what he said around them. You do the same thing that they did. Not a thing. He said what he said. You agree with it? You don't agree with it? Joe's a Bronx nigga. That's my nigga. Big shout out to Scorp. And big shout out to Peter Guns. And just like in the words of Peter Guns, if it wasn't for the Bronx, come on, man. Come on, man. Everybody ate off this shit. Hey, look at me. I ain't doing bad. I ain't doing bad. Everybody ate off the shit, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, and you gotta remember that, and you gotta respect that. All like I said, we gonna put all this shit on the back page. Y'all could keep doing girls on the internet about who said what or who shot John, but you ain't gonna be husky when you see these niggas. So stop. The hip hop culture is Bronx culture. There is no hip hop. That's second. The initial culture is Bronx culture. It's something that Bronx niggas put out to the world that turned into hip hop. We gave that to y'all. Everybody could win. But
who's the first MC you said?
You're looking at just the man right here, the Legend King himself. I look so good. If you see a better looking 63-year-old nigga than me, you have to bring this nigga to me so I can see him for myself. Other than that, I just got to keep looking in the motherfucking mirror, baby. This is what it is. That's what, and it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. So like I said, let's put this shit on the back page. Let's get back to what it really is all about. That's the essence. It's from the Bronx. It started in the Bronx. We always going to be a part of this shit because we always going to be the start of this shit. That's the bottom line. And with that thought in mind, because you got to get lost because you know your song. Step off because you got to get lost because you know your song. Step off because you got to get lost because you know your song. I was sitting on the corner just wasting my time, and when I realized I was the king of the rhyme, I got on the microphone, and what do you see? The rest was my legacy. I was born to be the king of the bebop swing that has stands in my dance, big diamond rings. I own a castle in a yacht, $2 million in gold, cause rap is a game that I control. I'm like Shakespeare, I'm a pioneer, because I made rap something people wanted to hear. See, before my reign, it was the same old same, until the bar with the bar, that street talk game. So if you ever, let me make this clear, if you ever think that we're stepping out of here, you ever think you're getting up, down, around, or in, you better think again, my friend, because the door is closed, and we're in town, and the only place you can go is down. Step. Well, I'm Keith Cowboy, and you're my cat.